Welcome back to the BMB Spoilers channel, and thanks for joining us today as we explore a dramatic new chapter unfolding on The Bold and the Beautiful. This latest storyline brims with romantic twists, heartfelt confessions, and looming threats that promise to reshape the destinies of several key characters. In recent episodes, the headlines revolve around Ridge Forrester and Taylor Hayes, the couple who, after a turbulent history, seem closer to securing the idyllic life they once dreamed of, much to the heartbreak of Brooke Logan. Meanwhile, Brooke, reeling from her sudden split with Ridge, is urged by her daughter Hope and her sister Katie to pursue the possibility of a romance with Deacon, even though Deacon is now entangled with the ever-dangerous Sheila. Let's dive into the details. After numerous false starts and painful separations, Ridge and Taylor have ultimately reunited. Their mutual affection and shared nostalgia for earlier, happier times have propelled them toward a renewed commitment to each other. Determined to begin this fresh phase of their relationship on solid ground, they make a bold move, deciding to relocate to their old beach house. This residence carries a sentimental resonance for both of them, conjuring memories from when life seemed simpler. In the glow of this rekindled connection, Ridge and Taylor brim with excitement, imagining a bright future as they pack up their belongings and prepare for a new chapter of bliss by the shore. Across town, Brooke receives the news of Ridge and Taylor's big step together, and it shatters her. She had hoped, even after the split, that perhaps Ridge might eventually come back to her. Seeing him abruptly move on, and to the beach house they once spoke of so fondly, leaves her feeling betrayed and blindsided. It is not merely the speed of his transition that hurts her, but the realization that the love they once shared has been so swiftly replaced. Overwhelmed by grief, Brooke finds herself confiding in Katie, bearing her sorrow and confusion. She can't fathom how Ridge, who broke things off with her so recently, could show such enthusiasm for a future with Taylor. Katie, equally protective and matter-of-fact, gives voice to her long-held skepticism about Ridge's reliability, calling him someone who has never truly been the decent, upright man Brooke imagines. While Katie is clearly angered by how deeply Ridge has wounded her sister, she hopes that this painful experience will open the door for Brooke to seek out a healthier relationship with another man, albeit acknowledging that the transition will be neither swift nor simple. Also sharing in Brooke's heartbreak is her daughter Hope, who empathizes with her mother's devastation. Hope, continually seeking the best for Brooke, suggests that Deacon could be a worthy alternative to Ridge. In Hope's estimation, Deacon has demonstrated his capacity for genuine love and support in ways Ridge never has. However, Brooke is quick to point out that Deacon is already in a relationship with Sheila, and she feels uncertain about intervening. For Brooke, crossing that boundary is complicated. Not only does she carry old baggage with Deacon, but Sheila's history of violence and deceit makes any situation involving her fraught with peril. Despite these reservations, Hope persists, insisting that Deacon deserves a partner far better than Sheila, whom she views as an irredeemable threat to anyone she becomes involved with. The possibility of stepping in naturally triggers a swirl of concern for Brooke. On one hand, she can sense a lingering spark with Deacon, recalling times when he displayed a genuine kindness and unwavering loyalty. On the other, she is haunted by the risk of tangling with Sheila, a woman who has a track record of criminality and a disposition toward extreme retaliation if provoked. Nonetheless, the emotional weight of her heartbreak and the promise of a new chance at happiness offer Brooke a reason to consider Hope's urging. Under the pretext of casually running errands or dropping by for coffee, Brooke finds herself stopping at Il Giardino more often, seeking opportunities to chat with Deacon and assess the feasibility of reigniting old feelings. Deacon, meanwhile, is caught in a precarious position. His involvement with Sheila started as a forbidden romance at a point where he felt adrift and desperate for connection. Over time, he found bits of reassurance in Sheila's unwavering devotion, no matter how warped it might be. Yet seeing Brooke arrive at Il Giardino rekindles memories of a dynamic and affection that he never truly managed to bury. He realizes with an unsettling clarity that part of him still aches for Brooke. And the more she appears, the stronger that ache becomes. Deacon's heart warms to the possibility that they could share a future, if only he had the courage to extricate himself from Sheila's suffocating grip. Fear, of course, has its hold. Deacon knows well the consequences of betraying Sheila, whose violent impulses and cunning mind have long established her as a formidable enemy. As time passes, the magnetism between Deacon and Brooke builds. Brief encounters morph into extended conversations, laced with reminiscences and unspoken hopes. Both sense the pull of an old chemistry that perhaps never fully disappeared. Unspoken, though ever present, is the knowledge that a possible romance must remain hidden from Sheila for as long as possible. Deacon is painfully aware that if Sheila discovers his growing closeness with Brooke, she will not hesitate to lash out in her characteristic, malicious style. Her brand of vengeance is notorious, and it could endanger not just Deacon and Brooke's budding relationship, but their very lives. For her part, Brooke experiences a gradual renewal. Although her heart still aches for what she lost with Ridge, she can't help but feel a spark of excitement during these clandestine meetings with Deacon. Hope's words echo in her mind, maybe she can find happiness that doesn't revolve around Ridge, especially after all the history they share, a history replete with heartbreak, infidelities, and cycles of reconciliation. This new possibility feels both liberating and dangerous. With each sweet exchange and each stolen smile, Brooke senses that her life is heading toward an intersection of romance and peril, one from which she might not be able to turn back if Sheila becomes aware. And so the stage is set for a tense standoff in which heartbreak, longing, and danger collide. On one side stands the newly reunited couple, Ridge and Taylor, reveling in domestic bliss near the ocean. They're eager to fortify their bond, refresh old memories, and perhaps finally break free of the relentless drama that has plagued them for years. On the other side stands Brooke, treading cautiously into an uncertain realm of rekindled attraction with Deacon while grappling with persistent fears about Sheila's reaction. The tension hums like a live wire. Any misstep, any word overheard, any sign of betrayal, could set Sheila off, prompting her to use her savage tactics to protect what she perceives as her territory. Longtime fans of the bold and the beautiful know Sheila's track record all too well. She has never been one to let betrayal slide quietly, and her twisted morality, shaped by obsession and paranoia, invariably drives her to choose violence or manipulation when threatened. In a storyline that merges romance with the imminent threat of tragedy, the show once again underscores a cardinal truth: love, no matter how strong, can quickly turn treacherous if it's forced to unfold in the shadow of a relentless adversary like Sheila. Deacon himself remains torn, feeling guilt over risking Brooke's well-being, yet unable to quell the emotions that yearn for a life with her, a life he believes is far more stable than his chaotic entanglement with Sheila could ever be. Simultaneously, viewers can't help but speculate how this might influence the overarching dynamic among the Forrester, Logan, and Spencer families. If Brooke truly moves on with Deacon, she might shake off her lingering emotional threads to Ridge once and for all, an event that could reverberate through the family's interactions, business alliances, and future romantic setups. Meanwhile, if Sheila senses a threat, her retribution could cast a permanent shadow on Deacon's trajectory, or even send shockwaves that topple the delicate truce within the larger cast of characters. In essence, the storyline teases fans with multiple possible outcomes. Will Ridge and Taylor remain in their newly found serenity, or will their happiness be overshadowed by old regrets and entanglements from the past? Could Brooke and Deacon evolve into a legitimate, public couple, forging a new romantic narrative that nobody expected? And, perhaps most critically, how might Sheila react if she senses Deacon slipping away from her grasp? The show suggests that her vengeful streak, once activated, may very well produce dire consequences, reminding viewers that old habits die hard and that Sheila's capacity for mayhem remains as potent as ever. As the drama unfolds, audiences are left biting their nails, fully aware that each passing scene edges the characters toward confrontation. The writing on The Bold and the Beautiful has often explored how love is tested by external threats, and rarely has the threat felt as visceral as it does here, with Sheila's mercurial temperament looming like an ever-present storm cloud. At the same time, the deep-seated question of whether Brooke can truly sever ties with Ridge finds partial resolution in her emerging bond with Deacon, a bond that might offer the security and respect she's craved for so long, but only if they dare to stand against Sheila's fury when it inevitably arrives. All told, fans should brace themselves for a tumultuous ride. With Ridge and Taylor forging ahead in happiness by the sea, Brooke standing at the crossroads of heartbreak and renewed hope, and the dark specter of Sheila threatening to bring it all crashing down, the episodes to come promise significant revelations and heart-pounding showdowns. One can only hope that love, in whatever form each character seeks it, can prevail against the manipulations, betrayals, and tragedies that are the hallmark of life in this iconic Los Angeles fashion dynasty. Next, we'll dive into a whirlwind of drama as Ridge Forrester's secret plans come to light, Donna takes a bold stand, and Brooke faces yet another heartbreak. Stay tuned as we unravel every twist and turn from The Bold and the Beautiful. The road ahead for Brooke and Ridge. At Forrester Creations, Brooke sits quietly in her office, reflecting on everything she's lost. Her eyes are filled with tears, but her resolve is strong. Katie stands beside her, the ever-reliable sister, offering words of encouragement. "You've been through worse, Brooke," Katie insists, trying to uplift her. "You're stronger than this." Brooke, however, is consumed by Donna's revelations. The news that Ridge not only spent a romantic evening with Taylor, but is planning to move into the beach house with her cuts deeper than she ever imagined. "He promised me a lifetime," Brooke whispers, her voice tinged with sorrow. "And now he's planning a future with her." Katie tries to reassure Brooke, reminding her that Ridge's indecision is nothing new. But Brooke feels betrayed not just by Ridge, but by the narrative she's told herself for years. "He's always made me feel like I'm his one and only," she laments. But the moment things get tough, he runs to her. This moment of introspection could mark a turning point for Brooke. For decades, her life has revolved around Ridge's whims and desires. But now, with her heart broken once again, Brooke is faced with a choice: continue fighting for a man who's never fully chosen her, or finally prioritize herself. Donna's bold move. Meanwhile, Donna's decision to tell Brooke everything is nothing short of brave. Married to Eric and deeply entrenched in the Forrester family, Donna risks alienating herself from the very people she now calls her own. Yet, her loyalty to her sister outweighs any potential fallout. Donna recounts the scene at the Forrester mansion to Brooke over the phone. Her voice trembles as she describes Ridge and Taylor slow dancing, the room filled with romance and rose petals. "It was like something out of a movie," Donna says, her tone a mix of disbelief and anger. "He told her he wants to reclaim the beach house, he's already planning their future." For Donna, this isn't just about Brooke, it's about holding Ridge accountable. She knows his pattern all too well, jumping between Brooke and Taylor whenever it suits him. By sharing what she saw, Donna hopes to help Brooke see the truth and finally break free from Ridge's manipulative cycle. But Donna's actions aren't without consequences. Eric is bound to find out about her interference, and when he does, it could create a rift in their relationship. Will Donna's loyalty to Brooke ultimately cost her the life she's built with Eric? Only time will tell. Ridge and Taylor's rekindled romance. At the Forrester mansion, Ridge and Taylor revel in their newfound connection. For Taylor, the evening feels like a dream, a chance to rebuild a love she thought was long gone. Ridge presents her with a stunning gown, calling it the last Forrester original. Taylor is touched by the gesture, her heart swelling with hope. As they slow dance in the living room, Ridge speaks softly about their future. "I want us to start fresh," he says, his voice filled with conviction. "Let's take back the beach house and make it our own." Taylor's eyes light up at the prospect, but deep down, she knows Ridge's history. She's been here before, swept up in the romance only to be left heartbroken when Ridge inevitably drifts back to Brooke. Yet, in this moment, Taylor allows herself to believe that things could be different this time. The chemistry between them is undeniable as Ridge leads Taylor upstairs to continue their evening. But lurking in the shadows is Donna, who watches with a mix of shock and disgust. She knows Ridge's promises are as fleeting as the seasons, and she can't shake the feeling that Taylor is setting herself up for heartbreak. Steffy and Finn's moment of bliss. Over at the Cliff House, Steffy and Finn enjoy a rare evening alone. With the kids staying elsewhere for the night, the couple takes full advantage of the quiet. Steffy gushes about how happy she is with the life they've built together, her love for Finn evident in every word. But even in her bliss, Steffy can't help but comment on her parents' situation. "My mom and dad deserve this," she says, a hopeful smile on her face. Brooke has always been a roadblock, but now they can finally be happy. Finn listens attentively, offering his unwavering support. Yet, he can't help but wonder if Steffy's optimism is misplaced. Ridge has a history of breaking Taylor's heart, and Finn worries that history might repeat itself. Their conversation is interrupted by a text from Taylor, confirming that she's spending the night with Ridge. Steffy beams with happiness, convinced that her parents are finally back on track. "This is it," she says confidently. Brooke is out of his life for good. As the drama unfolds, it becomes clear that each character is at a crossroads. Brooke must decide whether to keep fighting for Ridge or finally let him go. Donna faces the potential fallout of her loyalty to Brooke, which could strain her marriage to Eric. And Taylor must navigate the complexities of rekindling a romance with a man who's never been fully hers. Meanwhile, Ridge's actions continue to ripple through the lives of everyone around him. His inability to make a definitive choice between Brooke and Taylor has left a trail of heartbreak and uncertainty, and it's only a matter of time before the consequences catch up to him. What's next? With so many moving parts, the future of these characters remains uncertain. Will Brooke finally break free from Ridge's hold? Can Taylor trust Ridge to stay by her side this time? And how will Donna's decision to intervene impact her relationship with Eric? Thank you for joining us on B&B Spoilers channel. Don't forget to leave your thoughts in the comments below. Do you think Ridge and Taylor are meant to be, or is this just another chapter in their endless cycle of heartbreak? Stay tuned for more updates, and we'll see you next time.